Can you tell me about a memorable success story that highlights the impact of your work that you've had?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's so many, but I think my favorite one was probably the story of Sekhmet. Sekhmet was a beautiful white cat. And my partner Nancy, her mom was actually shopping and she saw this cat in the street and it had been begging for food and somebody had burned it very badly because they didn't like that the cat was begging for food. So it had this horrible burn all down the side of it. And it spent a long time in the veterinary hospital there, but eventually it got better. We had a lot of ups and downs with it. But even being a street cat, it was just so sweet. It wasn't feral. It just wanted love. It had no fear of people, even after this horrible traumatic experience it had been through. And in the end, we actually found a vet tech in New York that fell so in love with this cat. By the time the cat was better, we were able to send Sekhmet over to this wonderful forever home. And now this cat is super happy, super loving, loves dogs, loves cats, loves kids, and it is just an absolute snuggle bug and it's doing fantastic. And those are the things that we really like to do. I have a lot of experience, actually, personal experience of having cats come over. I have four cats, all rescues, obviously. Um, Three of mine are from Egypt. I call them my misfit toys because, they all have had health problems. I think between the three of them, they maybe have nine teeth, and all sorts of problems. But I can honestly say they were my three best adoptions. I love them so much. They are so friendly, so loving. I have a son and he's their person. They snuggle with him all the time. So adopting a cat from a different country, you're going to get the same kind of cat that you would here. You're going to love it with all your heart, and they're wonderful. So I definitely want to encourage people to not shy away from rescuing these animals and taking them into their homes because they're missing out on a loving companion, a best friend. They're wonderful. I have personally chosen to take ones that have medical issues or that are older. I like I said, the misfit toys, the unadoptables. But we have so many that are perfectly healthy and ready to love somebody forever. So I've had a great experience with it. And I would definitely encourage somebody if that's of interest to them to do it.
Absolutely. And I think for our audience, like, we'll make sure to post some pictures with you and your cats there so they can take a look at all your cat collection there, which
Oh
is
gosh, okay. I think I actually have some from one of the nights where I stayed up all night and they arrived. So yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see. What are some of the biggest challenges that Paws and Claws face? How do you overcome them?
Oh, there are so many challenges. The government there is one of the biggest ones. Part of why we work there is because there's no such thing as the ASPCA. There's no such thing as the Humane Society. There is nothing there to help these animals. And the way the government deals with it is they just go and throw poison in the streets. And we've had colonies that were ear tagged and fully vetted and spayed and neutered, and they will still just come and just get rid of them. That's a huge challenge. We're always fighting that. The other big challenge that we have is education. So people there don't have the same view. I don't want to say everybody, but the vast majority of people there, it's a third world country. They don't have the same view of animals as we do. I'm not saying they're not compassionate people because they're wonderful people, but when it comes to animals, it's just not the same. So there is no sense of if you want a pet there, you grab one off of the street, you bring it into your house, and when you just don't want it anymore, you throw it back out. There's no sort of desire to they're objects there. Most of the time, they're just objects there. And when they're tired of them, back to the street they go. And there's also a lot of cruelty that goes on there. And I mean, this is a culture where, you know, on feast days, on religious holidays, you know, they will slaughter their food in the street. So they just kind of have a different mindset. So they're kind of like that with a lot of the strays. It's almost like you would think if you would picture somebody like in an inner city seeing a um a pigeon or a rat or something like that, like they're just disposable. And there's a lot of cruelty that goes on there too because there is no laws preventing cruelty. So I mean, those are just two of the challenges. I mean, there are so many there. There's just so many. When you have no laws whatsoever, there's really not much you can do, and it's really heartbreaking.